Hey there, and welcome back to day 28 of Don't Forget Your Worth, the YouTube channel with a matching podcast titled the same. I'm Andrea, and I am reading 365 miracle stories this year, one every day for a year. And I'm just at day 28 today, but it's Friday, and I'm so excited. I have not heard my train for a while, so I'm super hopeful that it's going to pass along right here because it's a day maker and I absolutely love it. And I just haven't heard it for a bit. I was like, why is my spirit kind of flat? It's because I haven't heard my train. It really is. It's because I haven't heard my train. So I'm hopeful. We'll just see if it, scoots about. It's Friday. I live in a resort town in Colorado. And so I'm sure tourism trains will be, puffing through here in just a bit. But I just am hopeful. I just felt so funny saying or even thinking that. But I missed my train. So I pulled a cute little piece today. I just wanted something short and simple. I'm headed out with friends. I'm going to go see that movie Respect. I'm wondering if you guys have seen it. It's the one with the true story of Aretha Franklin. I'm just dying to see it. I've heard it's fantastic and I'm looking forward to it. I guess it's like 2.5 hours or something like that. So, Jesus, I'm going to need some snacks, right? But I'm looking forward to it. So I wanted something kind of fast today because I knew I was going to scoot out with friends afterwards. So I pulled a piece. I just keep listening. I'm so hopeful. It's not my train. I pulled a piece called He Adores You. And so it begins. I see you. I just want you to know that I see you. The act of just knowing that you are looking right up and into one whom Jesus just absolutely loves. You always are. I see you because I know him. He lets me see things that would make you so uncomfortable that your vulnerability less fall to its knees than stand. And that's okay because I love you, just because I know just how much he loves you, whether you know him yet or not. That's grace, that love right there. It's grace, and that is Jesus. I am his, and I just love him, and I know that I know just how very much he adores you. Love. We sat at the intersection, and the crumbling man holding the cardboard sign, he just ate at my heart. My daughter, she's clearly seeing him as well, and feeling that tug at her heartstrings, asks if we have anything for him. I'm searching the console and the drinking cups where strewn change usually lands, and I know that my chance to turn into traffic is coming, it's coming. And then, maybe next time. Oh, we have nothing to give. She says it, just says it. Maybe we should have just hugged him. And I get it. I really, really do. Sometimes our needs are completely met and our life looks pretty darn good from across the room when our spirit or heart is squelched or squeezed and you wonder, how often, just how very often do you get to squeeze Jesus? Daily, just all right daily. Does that opportunity come and go? Sorry, I have nothing to give. Couldn't believe that happened, that day. I am so sentimental that with this packing and oh my, more packing, my heart is just out on its sleeve and my eyes just leak right crazy if you squeeze me right now. That's so funny because of course I'm packing and this was written like 6 or 7 years ago. The irony, the coincidence, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I love loving. I love sentiment, I love memories, I love family, I love friends, I love home, I love Jesus. So I wouldn't change a thing other than I wish that I had hugged the man on that street corner. I would have cried, oh yes I would, but maybe again, I needed the hug just as bad as him. To hug Jesus is to be hugged right back by Jesus, all wrapped up in humanity. That man is somebody's precious baby boy, my mama would say. She had dreams for him. Because our kingdom economy is so backwards from the heavens, that boy's mama couldn't know what glory waits for the least of these that truly know him. The first go last and the last go first. It is written and it is finished that the first go last and the last go first. that scripture. In fact, I think it was in our piece from yesterday, if I recall right. It's crazy good. Who on earth could be a better writer than the author of that book? Meaning the Messiah, the great deity God himself that wrote the Bible, right? The great author of that book. The irony of the Christ. Afford yourself the time to love today. Even if it is just a great big squeeze on somebody who could really use one. They are free, after all, by the bucketfuls. And if they aren't close enough to hug, but you know they could use one, then hug on them in prayer, because they will feel it. Oh yes, they will. That hearts might soften and slumber and rest in the peace of your prayers. Live love this day and every day. Live today as if it could be your last. Say it, mean it, dream it, and be it. Love. I love you. So it's so funny because it still is so hard. Like, you guys, I'm not kidding. I'm at day 28. I got rained all over on today. And so I'm looking at this going, are you going to be brave enough to like throw this up on the internet? Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. But this is not easy. I keep saying it. It's like, oh my stars. It just has been, tail end of the week. I just got rained on. I'm anxious to go out with friends. And it's like, girl, you keep your commitment. And so I got myself up on here to just give you my best hey before the weekend. Don't you worry. I'll be back Saturday. I'm going to be back Sunday because we're doing this every day, 365 days. More miracle stories are to come. So you guys just love along, just love right well. Just know that if you're a believer, if you're not a believer, love is the common denominator, the common love language, if you will. So just love along. Just be thinking about different ways in community and in your spaces and places that we can be loving right along. And always, like I say, love on what we reference, the least of these. Do make sure that you're serving the homeless in your community if you can. And that's the biz, you guys. Have a great little Friday, and I will see you tomorrow. You have a good one. Take care.